Good morning, Mr. Vijaya. Good morning, everyone. I am Dewi Satya Dewi. So today I would like to present the material about mentoring meaningful English learning through video production and instrument development report. All right. The first is for the introduction. Is low student motivation in learning English is a problem that English teachers have long faced. To overcome this problem, teachers must design a learning process that can reduce students' fear and anxiety. One of the more interesting ways to teach English is by using videos in class. The study made a tool to see how students feel about learning English by making videos. This tool checks active learning work together and feelings in the process of learning. The study says that the focusing on students and teamwork is very important for learning a language well. Alright, the next is the present study aims at development and instrument to measure students' perception of the meaningfulness of English learning using video production. The first is to focus on video production in English classes since most research looks at video watching. That means is studying what happened when students make video in English class because most studies only look at what happened when students watch videos. The second is to create a dependable way to see how students feel about learning English through making videos, since are not many tools for this. This means that studying what happens. This means that making a reliable method to find out how students feel about learning English by creating videos because there are not many methods available now. The threat is to see if making videos helps students be more engaged, motivated, and find learning English more meaningful. This is mean that checking if making videos makes students more interested, excited, and find more value in learning process. Okay, the next is there are two research questions of this study. The first is explore how students perceive the meaningfulness of English learning through video production activities. This has meant that figuring out what students think about how helpful it is to learn English by watching and making videos. We want to understand if they find it valuable and meaningful. The second is investigate the impact of video production on student motivation and engagement. This is meant that looking into how students change or feel when they making video in class. We want to see if making video help them learn better or if it makes learn more enjoyable. Alright, this is for the hypothesis of this study, that incorporating video production activities enhance student engagement and meaningful learning experience in English education. That the hypothesis posits that integrating video production activities into English education will lead to enhanced student engagement and meaningful learning experience. That this is meaningfulness can arise from the practical application of language skill in a real-world context, as students script, film, and edit videos in English. Alright, the next is the participant of this research. The researchers were taken from 3 university-level EFL classes of State University in Bali. In Bali, there were 86 participants, consist of 55 male and 32 female students. Each of the students has been involved in English class using video production. And then the next is here the instrument is developing using Borg 7-step instrument development. The first is process which include defining the contrast that is going to be measured. The second is step after the contrast is defined, the target population is specific based on the purpose of the instrument. The third step is the process of reviewing other related instruments. The next step, the prototype of the instrument is developed in the form of a blueprint of the instrument prototype done to the items that instrument. Step 5 is the instrument prototype evaluation, conducted by obtaining critical reviews from the expert on the instrument content validity. Step 6 is revising the instrument based on the result of the evaluation in the step 5. The step of the last instrument is development, which include pilot testing the instrument to get the internal attributes of the test. The name is reliability, contrast, solidity, and also the item analysis. Alright. The data study was collected pilot testing the instrument development to measure student perception of the meaningfulness learning through video production. The reliability, the tool is in measuring what it is supposed to measure. By looking at the answer from the pilot test, research can figure out if the tool is reliable. The second is contrast validity. The tool actually measured what it is supposed to be measured during the pilot testing. Researchers see if the question match up with what they are trying to measure. The last is item analysis. This is about looking at each question in the tool to see if it is good at measuring what it's supposed to. Alright. There are three techniques for the technique. The first is Cambridge Alpha. From the Cambridge Alpha analysis, this method checks if the tool is consistent. In this study, high Cambridge Alpha values that show the tool was very reliable. The second is expert review analysis. Look at the tool and give feedback on its content and language. Their comments help improve the tool before testing it with students. The third is spell testing analysis. The tool was tested with students who are learning English. This will help check if the tool was reliable, if it measured what it was supposed to, and if each question was effective. The feedback from the testing help refine the tool. By utilizing these analysis techniques, the researchers were able to evaluate the reliability, validity, and effectiveness of the instrument development for measuring student perception of the meaningful English learning through video production. Alright, this is for the result and discussion. The most important finding from the study on measuring meaningful English learning through video production is using developed instruments include the high internal consistency, construct validity, expert feedback interpretation, pilot testing insight. The first is high internal consistency is the instrument developed that measures student perception of the meaningfulness of learning through video production, demonstrate high internal consistency as indicated by Cambridge Alpha. The second is contrast validity. The instruments show evidence of contrast validity, indicating that it accurately measures the intent contrast of meaningful learning through video production. Then the third is the expert feedback interpretation. That their feedback from the expert review was instrumental in refining the instrument prototype before pilot testing. The fourth is pilot testing in high insight. The pilot testing with EFL pre-separate student provide valuable insight into instrument performance reliability, and item analysis. Alright, there are the answer of the research question. The first is the perception of the meaningfulness of English learning through video production activities. The answer is students took learning English by making videos was very helpful. They felt more involved and took a responsibility for their learning. The second research question is impact of video production on student motivation and engagement. The answer is making video greatly increased student motivation and engagement in learning English. Alright, the finding is by highlighting that students perceive the meaningfulness of English learning through video production activities as a way to actively engage in the language learning process. By creating videos, students can apply language skill in real-world context, fostering sense of ownership and investment in their learning. Alright, from the author did not explicitly compare the result of the study with previous research in the provided experts. However, it is common in academic research to discuss how new findings align with or whether differ from existing literature. This is help provide context, validate and result, and highlight any agreements or discrepancies. The next is the result from the author. In this study, the author might have compared the findings about student perception of the meaningfulness of learning English through video production and its impact on their motivation and engagement with previous research on similar topics. The research discussion. The first, the implication of the research on measuring the meaningfulness of English learning through video production activities include the importance of incorporation activities learning strategies, such as the video creation, to enhance student engagement and motivation in language learning. Then, one of the important limitations of the study on instrument development for measuring the meaningfulness of English learning through video production is a small sample size of expert judge who evaluate the prototype instrument. The result and the key recommendation based on the research finding is to incorporate video production activities into English language education to enhance student engagement and motivation. Educators can leverage video creation as a tool for promoting meaningful English learning experiences and fostering a student-centered learning environment. All right, there are all presentation. Thank you for the attention and have a great day.